the way I remember it, she hit a bump or something. I don't know why it let go. Because the only like possible answer is she hit a bump.
No, it's because you didn't hold on tight enough.
I let go, and then I just felt the four-wheeler go over my head like that.
Hey, watch us on YouTube, listen on Spotify, and follow us on all social media.
Overall, listen to our podcast and don't forget to subscribe.
Now let's get back to the podcast. Sincerely, Bestie. What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Sincerely Bestie. If you're watching on YouTube already, you can tell that we have a very special guest today. I'm your co-host, Krystal, and today we have my sister,
Diamond.
Nancy has a little bit of a sore throat. Not really a sore throat, but she kind of lost her voice. So we're having Diamond sub in for her today. And we're just going to talk about, sisterhood and how we were as children and how we saw our siblings and our parents and all of that. But before we do that, Nancy and I always talk about our weekend. So Diamond, what did you do this weekend?
I went thrifting yesterday just for the fun of it. Found some good stuff. And then went to Ocean Mart, Walmart. I think I went with my sister and then get some fishes. So.
Oh, you went and got fishes with him too?
Uh-huh.
What does it look like? I haven't even seen it.
They set their tank up already. It's like
fish tank, food fish or pet fish?
Pet fish.
Oh.
At Ocean Mart?
Oh no, at PetSmart.
Oh, because you said you're at Ocean Mart and then you bought fishes, so I was like, what?
No, PetSmart.
Okay.
No, that they set up their tank and everything. It's like purple. It looks like one of those glowing tanks.
Oh, okay.
But it's not. They have 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Nice. 3 fishes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I think they're gonna be goldfishes. But.
Oh, like mine or? Mm-hmm. Oh, I love goldfishes. Okay. Did you get anything at Ocean Mart?
No, I just went for the ride.
Oh my gosh. But are you liking thrifting? Because I know you've been going.
Yeah. I've only gone to one.
That you like?
That I know of.
Oh my gosh. Just the one we usually go to?
Uh-huh.
That's where you guys go all the time?
Uh-huh.
Oh, what the heck? I thought it was a different place.
No.
No.
I want to find more, but I don't know. For right now, it's just the same.
Oh, okay.
Same place.
What kind of thrift shop do you go to?
It's the DI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get vintage clothes or something?
I don't know. I'm just trying to see what they have over there.
What's your latest find?
I found not these pants, but yesterday I found some parachute pants.
Mm.
And then I usually go there for like my work shirts.
Okay, that's smart. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So that's mostly what I go there for is my work shirts. And they have a lot of jean options in like various sizes. So that's always nice because jeans are expensive,
Mm-hmm.
So
I wish I liked thrifting, but I don't like being in the mall or at the DI for hours. I hate like walking around and just searching through clothes. I think I'm a person who really doesn't like in-store shopping. I'm more of an online shopper.
I can do both.
Like, I guess, huh?
It depends on how I'm feeling though. If I really want to go out, then I will. But I don't know. I feel like I'd rather go out than buy online though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I
Because
like
you could try it on?
Yeah.
Oh. You're like Nancy. Nancy likes to try it on too.
I don't want to buy it, ship it here, it doesn't fit, and then ship it all the way back.
No, but I have my own personal shipper because Chang would just return everything for me. I didn't do much this weekend. I felt like it still felt busy, but not too bad. We had Pilates this morning, and then I also got a facial done. That's also why I'm wearing sunglasses today, because I didn't want to put makeup on. I didn't want to waste the facial. So that's why I have glasses on if you're watching on YouTube. But it was really nice. I haven't gotten a facial done since Emerald's, our youngest sister, her bachelorette party, because we got her one for like as a gift or whatever. But
I wish I got one then.
You should have gone with us, but it's okay. You had your own duties, so that's fine too. But I became a member. I already told you. I'm psycho. Well, just until I get married, because I'm like, this is my little way of pampering myself every month. So I think I'm just going to go. Well, they told me for facials to go every 2 weeks, but I'm like, who's got money to go every 2 weeks? Yeah. Dang. So I just told her, I was like, I'll do like once a month, and then I'll probably switch out from a facial and then a massage, just because, it's nice. So.
Does that place do both?
Yeah, you could do both too. But I don't got money to do both at the same day. So.
Oh, so you're only member for the facial?
No, like it's for both, but like, what do you mean? Like you mean like?
No, I'm talking about the facial. I didn't know if.
Oh, okay.
So do you only pay $80 for the massage too then?
No, like that's just how much I pay for the membership every month, and then that also goes into whatever treatment I go into.
Oh, so then you just pay the difference?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if I do both, I'll have to pay like one of them, like full price. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I'll just do one for now. So I'm not that bougie. So, but I'm excited for next week because I'm getting my scalp massage, and I live for that. So it'll be my first one. I'm excited for that.
I don't got money for all that, so.
I'm just trying to do this before I get married. I mean, not like I'm not going to do it afterwards, but I just want to kind of, like I said, pamper myself.
Did you plan it with Chang or just yourself?
Just myself, because Chang said it was weird. So, yeah. So I'm just going to go by myself. I'm leaving work early.
Oh, my God.
I'm leaving work early to go do it. So I'm excited for that, too.
Next week?
Yeah, next Thursday.
What time are you leaving?
11. Hey, I have a lot of PTO too, so might as well use it before anything. Well, let's jump into our topic. Sisterhood. Sister. My first question is, like, what did you admire most about mom, and then also about dad? Well, for mom, the thing I admired the most from her was her bluntness. Felt like she was always such an honest person, and like however she felt, like she would just like express herself. And like growing up, I always thought I was more like my mom, because like I'm loud like my mom. My mom was very, very vocal about everything and very expressionist, and that's kind of how I am too. But as like I've grown up, I've noticed I'm more like my dad. He's a little bit more on the quiet side, he's not shy, but he just like he just processes. Reserved. Yeah, he's just reserved, and he processes everything, and then he'll speak. Whereas like my mom, she reacts on like emotions. Like if she's angry, she'll be like, "Well, that's stupid." Whereas my dad, he would just sit there and he'll just silently like think about it, and then he'll give you an answer. Another thing that I admired from her was that she knew who she was, and I feel like I'm still searching who I am right now. And she's very confident, and she always was laughing. Like that's like her and my dad were always laughing all the freaking time. I think that's where we get our ugly laugh as well. Because like when my mom was like with her sisters, when they were together, they're all laughing like freaking hyenas, bro. They're like crazy.
Yeah, like loud.
Yeah, and they all sound the same, right? And I feel like sometimes that's what we sound like too.
And they were like, "Girl."
I know.
We get an example of the laugh.
No. Well, it's been a long time since I've heard my mom laugh too, though. So like whenever we talk to our aunts and stuff, it sounds similar to it. So it's nice to hear as well. With my dad, I admired his honesty. He's always been super honest. He doesn't come up to you and tell you how he feels, but if you go up to him and ask him, then he's like super honest, and he thinks about all like different perspectives and stuff like that. He's always been an open book, and I feel like that's also where I got from him, is just my openness. I really like being open with the people I love and share my feelings that way. Admired how wise he is. He always had a way with words and explaining stuff to where like we would understand. And we used to have like car rides all the time, and that's when he would just trap us in there. Yeah, and he would lecture us.
Ride.
Yeah. And he would just, tell us about how life is and how we should, kind of maneuver through life and everything. He was always very grounded, and he always fought like with words, but calmly. It was never like, he never got emotional about it. And that's something that I'm working on, because like I said, I'm like my mom. I'm very like fiery when it comes to arguments, but I want to like think with my head and not with my emotions. What about you?
Well, probably the same things as what you said, not gonna lie. But then I think I'm more like mom than I am dad.
I think you are too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
I'm
you're like
always with my emotions, like how I feel. It's like
yeah.
But then I feel like my mind reacts just as fast, so it's like
no, because you're like mom. You're like witty. You know, like you know what you're talking about most of the time. But then you get emotional, and then I'm like, what are you talking about again?
Yeah, and it's like very easy to like set it off.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think our short temperness comes from mom.
Like I try to hold back, but
Whatever. I feel like you don't even try, because when Diamond fights, she's evil. What's something?
just left us with a hanger right there.
What's something about the relationship that you admire?
I just think they're very playful together all the time. Like I never saw them fight or heard them fight or whatever. They were always just messing around.
Yeah, that's literally what I wrote down too. Is because they never fought in front of us ever. You know, like we never saw them fight, which was crazy because like I might be the opposite of that. That's what I admire is, you know, like if they were mad at each other, they would go into their room and then they would figure it out. You know, like us
like
kids
at the end of the night, like when
like we're in bed already.
Over,
yeah,
you know, like
yeah. So they never fought in front of us, which is weird because like you would think like we're like that too because of our parents, but like we never saw our parents because they were always working constantly. Our grandparents basically like raised us, and also our aunts, and I think where we got that from is probably our aunts. No, but like with my aunts, they're like my dad too. They're very honest, but they're very
like reactive.
Yeah, reactive. You know, so if they were feeling anything, they would just have fights in front of us with their, you know, significant others. So I think growing up, we got to see that side more than our parents' side. But the other thing I admire is just mom's dedication to dad. I feel like she loved that man, dude. And because like my dad, he's like your typical Hmong dude, right? Like he don't do nothing. Like like all he does is work and come home. Like my mom would work, take care of us. She'd cook, she'd clean. Like she did all those kind of things. Like I feel like we saw her so often that we didn't like we were used to our dad like not doing anything, you know. So like when my mom passed away, it felt like a whole like.
It was like, dude, this guy's like lazy.
I know, like we actually got to see him as like who he really was, which was, you know, the way he was. Our mom always like pushed him to do things or talk to us about certain things, and then when she was gone, he didn't have that anymore, so he just kind of like
shut himself off.
Yeah, he shut himself off, and then he just was like, okay, you guys are good, you guys are older, take care of yourself. Now I have to take care of myself, you know.
So when you look at your parents, does it come to mind that you want to change things with your relationship or no?
See, that's the hard thing is because I didn't get to see them very often, you know, like growing up, and the only interaction I saw them have together is just when they were being playful. You know, my dad used to make fun of my mom all the time, you know, and then
she would always like make fun of him too.
Yeah,
like, right
but they would just like bicker, but it was like playful, you know. And I feel like that's also something that I wanted in my relationships, is a playful relationship like that. Because if you guys don't know, my favorite Korean drama is Full House, and that's just how they are. They you know, they bicker, but you know, they love each other and they make fun of each other. That's the way of showing love, and that's always what I've wanted. So that's what I wanted to bring to my relationships. But most of the time my mom was very active with us, and my dad, he wasn't. Like he was always at work. He worked night shift, so we never saw him like coming home from school and all of that. And then like on the weekends, he would go to like parties, to like Hmong traditional parties. And
wait, he worked at night?
Yeah,
he was always on 7 to 3.
No, he just barely turned. I think it was like a couple years he went to day shift, but mom and dad both were on night shift.
I always remember him on A shift, on the morning shift, and then I remember mom working night shift.
Yeah, mom did work night shift too, though.
Because I swear dad always came home at 3:30, and we'd all sit there and be doing our homework.
Really? I don't remember that. I remember him and mom going to work together.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's so weird because like we have different memories, but like the same memories, but like different perspectives. No, for sure. I didn't get to really see the negative in their relationship, so I just brought most of the good, hopefully. It's just I did get some of the bad from my aunts. Okay. Yeah, that was probably the only thing, honestly.
I think like I really like we saw like how they were playful together like for our whole life until when she passed away, and then I think that's after like the way I saw my dad was like Sorry, I said like 3 times, like 8,000 times.
It's okay.
It's okay. We have the power of editing skills.
Yeah.
We're always like,
Trust me, yeah. And like are our best friends.
So when you see the cutscenes, just know
Yeah.
that was a
But like that's how I saw my dad. Like that's what I didn't want anymore. You know, like the way that I saw him, I was like, oh, like what the heck? Like I don't want that. You know, like that's the part that I took.
So in a man, you look for someone serious and not playful.
No, the playful was good, but it was after she passed away is when he was like was reserved and then he wouldn't like talk with us, you know. So that's where I was like, oh, I don't want somebody who's like not open with their feelings, like stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, because when my mom passed away, my dad completely like shut us out. He was just kind of like, you know, you guys are grown. We weren't really grown because my youngest sister was like, what, 13? But he just kind of let us heal on our own, and then he healed on his own too. Like he was in pain, but he didn't want to show us that he was in pain. So he just wanted all of us to be super strong. But like that's why none of us know how to talk through our feelings, is because we didn't get to process it, you know. And that's why I tell Cheng, like, if, you know, God forbid I get sick and I pass away and we have children, like I want you to like talk to them about it, not like be like, oh, like this is why she, like explaining the whole death situation, but just kind of being like, I'm here for you guys, you know, like let's
just like mourning.
Yeah, let's just mourn together, you know, let's cry together. And he would never let us cry, you know, like we would cry and he would tell us not to. Those kind of things. So now we're like so we got our own trauma to work through for sure.
Of course, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
You know, like for me personally, like dealing with trauma and everything too, is just like, oh, you're a man, you can't cry.
Yeah.
Or just be like, you're the man of the house. Understand that anything that you do will reflect on, you know, you and your family. So understand that your actions will always come back to you. And then just like, don't show your emotions. So when you see me, when I make a joke, it's like, is he being serious or is he like joking? Because, you know, you have a serious face when you do a joke, and then all of a sudden they're just like, I don't know if I can take you seriously.
Yeah.
Remember? Like your conversation is like, see if people take you as a joke or not.
Yeah.
And then you have a serious face on. So understanding that, you know, all these trauma is just like, you're kind of growing with it and all this.
Yeah. No, just learning to process and overcome it, and then hopefully you don't do that to your own kids in a way. So who do you think was mom and dad's favorite?
I think definitely mom was Momo.
Yeah, our youngest sister.
Dad, I feel like he never had a favorite child.
Yeah, I think it's Memphis though.
Yeah.
You know,
Probably,
guys.
I think now it's not now, but like I'm seeing it more that it's Memphis.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like back then I didn't think he had a favorite, but now I'm like, oh yeah, it's Memphis. Because if I was dad, I hate us too.
What?
Like I wouldn't choose the girls to be my favorite.
Why? Just because we complain too much or what? Well, just you always give him such a hard time.
Girls are dramatic.
Yeah. With dad, that's why like I want to emphasize on Cheng so much too, because he's kind of like not traditional Hmong guy, but he has a little bit of it too. Yeah. And like I want him to be more active with the kids, because I feel like with dad, like I don't have any memories with dad, you know, like even
no.
Yeah. I just know like I respected him a lot, because that's like what we were told to do. You know, we were supposed to respect, you know, our parents, our grandparents, and you know, all of that. So I always respected my dad. Whenever he talked, you know, I shut up, because you know that's just how it was back then. But I never had like I don't feel like I'm a daddy's girl. That's for sure. But I want my kids to have that relationship with Chang, you know, like so they have some kind of connection with their dad and some memories that they can talk about. So like I want to emphasize like, you know, dates, like daddy dates with them, and him just be more active with them, go to
Just
their
so they have those memories.
yeah, and just like to go to like all their sports, their little concerts and stuff like that. Because our dad, he would only come like for the important stuff, you know, like which is a good thing, you know.
What he thought was important.
Yeah, what he thought was important. So, which is nice, you know. So every time like he showed up, I got excited, you know, because you know dad doesn't come very often. So it was nice to like have him be there, and that's when I would like work the hardest, is because I know he's there to watch me.
Oh my god.
You didn't feel that way?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I have never been a daddy's girl. I've always wanted mom there.
Really? See, maybe I was a daddy's girl.
I think you were.
No, just because like me and mom, we always fought.
Yeah, I remember.
Constantly, dude. Like me and her were just like cat and dog. We could not, for the life of me. Like we would be arguing inside the house, and my dad would be in the chicken coop, and he'd come back inside. And he's like, God, you guys are so loud. I can hear you all the way out here. No, but I don't think I like really appreciated mom until like I graduated and I went to live on my own. Because that's when like I felt like she really was there for me too.
Oh, when she would come like take it to Red Lobster. Was it Red Lobster?
No, we would eat pizza all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's what she craved for, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she would come up here, and then she would, like, hang out with me right before I go to work. Or, like, right after I got off of, like, out of my college classes. She'll come and visit me. We'd buy groceries together. And then we would, like, it was so weird. Because we never really did this, like, when we were living together in the same house. But, like, we would eat pizza and we'd watch, like, TV together. You know, I mean, like, mom and I, we did watch movies together. Like, we watched, like, Dancing with the Stars. We watched, like, all, like, Criminal Minds.
And, like, The Voice and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, me and mom used to watch that all the time. But it never, like, really felt, I don't know.
Just felt like you were watching TV, huh?
Yeah, it just felt like I was watching TV. But whereas, like, when I was living on my own, then it felt like we were spending time together, you know. And
she like come up, like, every weekend, huh?
Yeah, well, I think I was mom's favorite for a little bit. But I think it's also because like I'm the oldest, so she always like like I always tell my coworker, because she sometimes feel like she favors her oldest, and I'm like, well, that's because like it's your first time every single time with them, you know, like that's why you're so excited, and it feels so like you want to go all out for them because it's their first time, whereas your second one you're like, I've already gone through this, you know, like
I already know what to do.
Yeah, I already know what to do, so like it's whatever. So I think with mom, she was just always super excited for all like the new things that I was gonna do and all that. So what was your favorite childhood memory of like us siblings, not just like me and you, because obviously me and you did not hang out as often.
I didn't come into anyone's life until like 2017.
It's so weird because like Diamond, she's the middle child, and I really did not like see her at all. Like me and my brother, like I'm the oldest, and then there's him. Me and him fought all the time, constantly, like, and like we would fight over sports. We play basketball together. We play volleyball together. We play kickball together.
They throw noodles on each other.
Yeah, and we fought constantly. Yeah.
Throw punches outside.
Yeah. Like, me and him have full-on fights. Like, if he was a girl, like, that would be a serious, like, sister fight, you know? But, like, with Memphis, we always just kind of, like, fought over stupid stuff all the freaking time. And I don't know what it was. And then with Emerald, I have a lot of memories with her because she was just the one I bullied most of the time.
So let's say you have man strength.
Yeah, basically. That's how I know I could fight with my brother, though. No, because I always think this is what, like, like when my mom was trying, when my parents were trying, they would take like the Hmong medicine for it to be a girl or to be a boy kind of thing, and they took medicine for me, right? But they didn't take any medicine for my brother. But then they took medicine for my sister, and we're more masculine and like.
Oh, the superstitious thing.
Yeah, you know, and my brother, he's so like kind all the time too.
He's like dad for real.
Yeah, he's like my dad for sure.
Like,
so I think that's why
him is like dad, like temper, like I don't know if like wise, but.
No, but that's why I think. Well, that's not why, but like it's just like a thought that I have because I always fought with my brother. Me and him be fist fighting for sure.
So where does Diamond come in the picture? Is she always like in her room or something?
I don't know.
Like I have memories with Memphis and Emerald. I don't have any with Krystal.
Yeah, I have memories with
I have none. I only got close to Krystal when our mom passed away.
Yeah, literally.
That's why I said I came in 2017.
Shut up! You're stupid. I don't know what it was because you always did your own thing too, though. Like for me, I was always out. I felt like I was always out because I had a lot of friends, and then I also worked a lot too. So like when you guys like even family vacations, my family would go without me because I would be like, I have to work. You know, I'm not going. So they would go to like California together. They'd go up north together. So they were always like together. where I was not, but like growing up, I had my brother, so me and him fought a lot. And then with my younger sister, like she was always the easiest to bully. So like I always like bullied her all the time. Yeah. Poor little girl.
She loves us now.
Yeah, she loves us now. It's all forgiven. So yeah, you remember that?
That's the only like childhood memory that I have of all of us together.
All of us together? Was Emerald there too?
I think she was, because it was you driving.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I think it was Momo sitting, or was it Memphis sitting behind you?
I don't know.
And then somebody held on that side, and I held on this side.
Uh-huh.
And then she ran over me with the four-wheeler. She, like, the way I remember it, she hit a bump or something. I don't know why I let go, because the only, like, possible answer is she hit a bump.
No, it's because you didn't hold on tight enough.
I let go, and then I just felt the four-wheeler go over my head, like, like that. And then they just kept going, and I'm laying there face on the ground.
Where's Diamond?
But then, like, when I felt like I always fell off four-wheelers.
Yeah. No, because you never held on tight. I feel like that was a you problem.
Remember, like, do you ever remember when we went camping? And then, like, you know how they would have those little four-wheelers and we would go up, like the side of the mountain a little bit like that? Well, like, I think it was a kid one that I went up it and it got, like, stuck, like, right at the top, and I just fell over like that. And I swear I was wearing the same white shirt every time, so I threw the shirt away.
Oh my
I was like, that's my bad karma. Like, every time I wear it.
Oh my god, you did. You always wore a white shirt or the yellow, like, mustard tank top. I have a photo.
So I was like, I have to throw the shirt away. It's my bad luck. Like,
yeah. I'm freaking dead.
And that's basically it.
No, the only memory I have of you is me running you over with the four-wheeler, and then just you when you were like, I want a sandwich. Boom. I don't know how, but I've always like recording videos and stuff. I mean, I feel like kids go through that phase where like they record everything because they like want to take pictures, they want to take videos and stuff. So I was like going through that phase, and I was recording Diamond, and she comes into the dining room, and Diamond was like a chunkier girl back then, and she had like round glasses. Shut up. And she was just always so funny.
And imagine like a bright green yellow
it was
with like blue sweatpants, round glasses,
dude, that's
hair in a mid ponytail, like right here.
And she was like, I want a sandwich, and she had like
the loaf of bread,
and she slammed it on the table. But it's so funny to like go back and watch it. Like I'm pretty sure it was funny during the moment, but like rewatching it every time is so friggin' funny.
And I'm always down for a sandwich.
Oh my god!
To this day,
yeah,
I'm still always down for a sandwich.
Is it digital or is it VHS?
No, it was. What was it on?
Digital, I think, on your little pink camera.
Yeah, it was like on a little pink camera, like the Sony ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was little.
They're all saved into that computer.
That computer can never die.
Blackmail.
Yeah.
Worthy videos in there.
No, and then just like playing house. I remember playing house. Like I told Nancy, like we used to like pretend one of us would, pass away and
pretend it was always you.
I wanted to see if you guys would be sad if I was gone. Okay,
that's where the trauma really started.
Shut up. I've always been a little dramatic, okay?
And then we'd always play out there and grandma lock us out because of you.
Yeah.
Let's go hide in the car.
No, because she kicked us out already. She told us to not come back. I had to protect my ducklings.
And we still got in trouble.
I know, we still got in trouble.
Car. I'm like... At the ripe age of like 7,
honestly. We were in mom's car just crying.
Yeah, that
we were
homeless.
I'm dead. And then just our bike rides. Do you remember we go biking all the time? Yeah. Just around the block. And then around the high school.
Yeah. And in that high school parking lot. Huh?
Mm-hmm. No.
And I remember our little photo shoot, the one that you did, me and Momo.
Yeah. So cute.
Oh, those photos are so embarrassing.
But they're memories for life, dude. No, that's what I loved about living next to the high school, though. Because...
Photos?
Not just the photos, but just, like, the parking lot. Because we could always just go over there and just hang out.
Now.
Yeah, even now we still do. We go ride like scooters and stuff like that. I'm so sad my kids won't have that. They
just
live
move next to a school.
That's what I wanted. Remember, we almost bought the other house because like there was an elementary school like down the block, and they had like a big parking lot. And I was like, oh, it'd be so easy, you know, like we could just go down there and ride scooters, walk the dog, you know, that kind of stuff.
The one where I crashed my knee.
Yeah, the one where you crushed your knee. Yeah. Do you have any favorite recent memories that we have together?
Just all of our vacations.
Honestly, what's your favorite vacation?
Like just you and me, or overall?
Overall, and then you could do me and you too. But I feel like we haven't been on many me and yous.
I'm like, well, me and you is my concert.
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
The one where we went to like the concert and then to Universal right after it. I love that trip.
Me too. I think that would be one of my favorite trips.
That was like one of my most like stress free. Like we
Yeah.
got to do whatever whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
You know? We didn't have to think about other people. I'm like, what do you mean you just want McDonald's?
Honestly.
In
Or,
California?
Like, what do you mean you're hungry? You have to go 12 hours without eating.
What do you mean you're full?
Honestly.
We still have dessert and another place after. What do you think we come here for? To sit in the hotel? Like,
Heck no. I know, that's why I always feel bad inviting like our brother to go with us, because I feel like he enjoys those.
and he walks so slow.
Yeah. He does. He's always like, I'll be in the back, you guys go in the front. But I'm like, we always lose him though.
And then you turn around and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like, where'd you guys go? I'm like, wasting time.
Honestly.
But then if you walk in front of him, it's like, oh my God, move. Like,
You know, he's too slow now too. He's just a slow paced guy.
yeah,
Let me
but
ask you guys a serious question.
Okay.
So, when did you and your siblings become closer, and instead of fighting all the time, you guys consider their feelings and understanding that, you know, they have their own lives to live?
still working on it.
No, I think we're ever since my mom passed away, we got a lot closer because we basically had to like be
Raise
there,
ourselves.
raise
Or
ourselves,
raise each
and
other.
then raise each other and be there for each other. So I think our emotional connections and stuff like that we got closer with, and I think like with deaths, it always brings people closer, and then you kind of realize how precious life is, and like you don't want to waste any moment like not hanging out with your family. That's why like with us, we can hang out all day, every day. We could sit in the kitchen for like hours and just talk.
And then go to sleep and wake up and sit in like the living room and talk again. Like,
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I don't remember our conversation from the other day, but like we talked the whole entire time. But yeah, so after my mom passed away, I think we just kind of clung on each other, and then we just kind of felt like we have to be there for one another, you know? So that's why we're so close.
When was the last time you said I love you to your siblings?
I tell my siblings all the time. She's the one that can't tell them, okay? Like, I tell my youngest sister I love her all the time. Like, just because, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I love her so much.
Because of the bullying, so you're trying
I think that's what it
trying
is.
to remake all those years of bullying.
I think that's part of it. And then also, like, she was my mom's favorite. Like, they were, like, glue. Like, she would, you know, she's the youngest. She's the baby. So she always slept with my mom. Wherever my mom went, she went, you know. So, like, I feel like I don't want her to, like, and she's the youngest. So she had the less time with my mom. Right. Well, with me, I had 18, 19 years with my mom. And for her, she only had like 14 years. So I just don't want her to like never feel loved by like us or my dad or anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I just want to emphasize that on her most of the time. It's just like, I love you. I want to be around you, you know, kind of thing. She hates it. She doesn't ever respond. But
She's just like, yep.
yeah. Think about each other's feelings. I'm still learning. Because like for me it's always about my feelings, and I feel like they have the same feelings because they're my siblings, you know. So I feel like we're all the same most of the time. So when I feel a certain way, then I want them to feel the same way, or like if I feel like I'm hurting them, then I like go talk to them about it, but then they're like,
Leave me alone.
yeah, leave me alone.
What are you
Like,
talking about?
yeah, like I didn't even care about that, you know. But like I was telling Nancy, I've been learning to like kind of let go and let them live their own lives, because like I can't always like coddle them, so they need to live their own lives, learn their own, you know, failures, their own success, their own kind of stuff. So that's why I don't like say too much when they make certain decisions anymore, because that's how I grew up, is like, you know, making my own decisions and paving my own way through life. So I want them to be able to do that for themselves too, and not have me like always be a safety net every time they fall. I mean, I always will be a safety net for them, but like I don't want them to always depend on me too.
Mine is, I feel like I've always like cared about what they felt, or like respected their feelings, you know, like I never overstep them.
Yeah.
Like I know right where the line is, you know, or like, and also like I feel like most of my life I was like thinking about me. So it's like if it doesn't bother me, then like that's how, like that's on you guys, you know, like it wasn't my fault, you know, like if that's how you feel, it's because like that's how you feel. It's not something that I did, because I mean, unless it is, but then you guys should be able to come ask me, you know, because then I'll be like, oh, like I don't know, I just I didn't know that's how you felt, you know.
So Diamond, how does it feel to be the middle child and forgotten?
I want to ask Nancy too, because I feel like she's the middle child. Oh, here's Nancy.
Hello, it's horrible being the middle child. It's horrible.
I don't really mind it. I really don't. Like, I think that's why I'm also like, I enjoy my alone time a lot. So I don't really mind that that I'm forgotten. But then I also feel like I play such a big role in the family. Not a big role, but like one that you can't ignore, you know?
Yeah, she might be the middle child, and most of her life, like, not most of your life, but like just growing up, you know, like for me, she wasn't really there. But now, like, I can't imagine her not being there, because she's most of the time the life of the party. She's very outgoing, witty. She plays.
Memphis is starting to take the spot.
I know. But like you and Memphis are the life of the party, you know. So like it's hard to like not imagine you guys there. And like you guys have such big personalities too. I think that's like with middle childs, they have more personality because, you know, like they're the middle child, so they have to show out somehow.
That's
right?
True.
Yeah.
I can contest to that.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm the oldest, so like all the time everybody's like, oh, she's the oldest, you know, we celebrate all the first with her, you know, that's exciting. And then, you know, my sister's the youngest, she's the baby. My brother, he's the only boy, so he's always been, you know, favorite as well. And then there's Diamond, but she has personality, so no one ever forgets about her.
And then like also like when Krystal was in when she went to college or whatever, then I felt like I had to be like,
yeah, I think like my
house.
responsibilities came on to her, but it just felt like she was the next of kin, you know, like
yeah, because my brother and Emerald were doing their own thing at that time, so
yeah, because my brother and my youngest sister, they're not like me and Diamond. Me and Diamond are more similar because we're so like connected to family, whereas for them, they're more connected with their own lives, right? So like they don't really care what's going on with the family. They're just caring about what they're going through at the moment. But for us, we try to balance, you know, our family and our lives at the same time. And sometimes like we have to like forget about our life a little bit to like put up with the family a little bit. So every time there's a problem, like we would have to handle it. Or like if my dad needed saving, we would have to go take him, you know, like it was never like my brother or my youngest sister's responsibility to do that. So like once I left, then she got to do all the fun stuff.
Isn't that funny though? Like we're alike now, but we have no memories together.
We went through the same path, but no memories together.
No, I just remember like I wanted to walk where Krystal went. That's where I wanted to go. So everything that she did, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that too, you know, because to me, I mean, like she's supposed to be she is the oldest. So I was like, oh, I'll just do what she does. You know?
That's a lie, because she did not do what I did. So.
And then I remember, oh, I have free will. I'm like, I'm not living her life. What am I doing?
God, that's why like I always tell my mom, I'm like, what's the point of being the example? Because like the whole time she was like, you have to be an example for your siblings, you have to go to college, you have to marry a Hmong guy, you have to do all this, so you know, like you have all your siblings, you have all your cousins, and they're all gonna look up to you, blah blah blah.
And so, now we're like,
and now
she has the most boring life.
I know. Literally.
I'm not walking down that one.
Honestly, that's why I have no personality, because
Just the robot, huh?
I know, just a robot going through life the way I think that it should be, you know. But for you guys just kind of do whatever.
I'm like, why live like a robot? I'm just gonna go spend my money.
I know. Gosh.
The savings will come one day.
The one day.
But I think that's what's very different about me and Krystal is money.
Yeah, for sure. That's the difference between me and you two.
So when you guys go eat out, who pays the bills?
Everybody pays for themselves.
Before I used to pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm used to paying anyways because growing up, my dad, he was always like that. Like wherever we went with his family, he would pay for it. Like if we were with my mom's family, he'd pay for it. If we were eating pho and another family came in, he would pay for them. So I've always kind of grew up with that, like paying and taking care of other people. So I've always wanted to do that. That's like one of my ways of showing love and appreciation for people.
And when did that change?
Me getting married. Priorities now being a married woman because I can't be spending money like how I used to. So, but the big part is like they're growing up too. They're a lot older now, so they have their own jobs. They make their own money, so they can take care of themselves now too. And that's kind of a hard thing that I had to let go this year. Is because I've been having them, like pay for their own things. When we go out and eat, they'll pay me back. I don't even have to ask; they'll just pay me back. But which is nice, because now I'm not broke, taking care of you guys. But it's still nice to see you guys growing up and taking care of yourselves now too.
Yeah, and like when I first moved up here, like I depended on Krystal a lot. So like if I couldn't make my car payment, then like Krystal would pay for it. So then I built up a lot of debt for her.
Yeah.
that I'm paying off now. So I feel like I don't want her to keep spending money where I have to just keep paying back, So I'm like, I'll just do it myself so I can just pay you back what I owe you and it doesn't keep building.
Why is it gonna build again?
No, it better not.
It better not. Shoot. We've been siblings. So we have there's 4 of us. When you choose to have kids, how many kids are you gonna have? Do you want like a big?
Well, I've always
family?
My favorite number is 3, so I wanted 3.
Okay.
But then like as I get older, I'm like, what if that kid's by himself? So then if I have 3, I have to have 4, so they have each other. But if it's not 4, then maybe just 2. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Like where I'm at right now, like I don't want kids.
Yeah, which is understandable.
I want you guys to have the kids.
And you just be auntie.
Yeah. I don't want to have the kids.
Mm-hmm. No, like for me too, I think 4 is a good amount, but like the older I get, we'll see with that number. But just because 4, I'm so used to us being together, Mm-hmm. There's an even amount of us, so with rides and stuff like that, it was always easier because usually with rides it's only 2 to 3 people a seat, so we always had each other, which was nice. An odd number, I feel like an odd number would be okay, like if I didn't like rides or if Cheng didn't like rides, because then like it'd still be even in a way. But then like I think about it and I get worried because what if I get like a child like Diamond who's like motion sickness and doesn't like rides? Then I'm gonna be really sad too.
For most of my life, now I'm okay.
Yeah, Diamond, she had like a lot of motion sickness.
Now I'm like, let's go on all of them. Everyone's like, no, we're okay now. And I'm like, I didn't get on the ride. Like.
No, like, because even with car rides, you would sleep the whole way most of the time because you would get car sickness.
Yeah, the first time that I was awake throughout, like, to the drive to California was that first trip with you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the first time I saw the whole drive.
Yeah, because, like, if going to Disneyland or California, Diamond slept the whole entire way, dude.
Or, like, I
for
would
12
wake
hours.
Up, and then, like, then I'd be okay. But then as soon as we got in the car again, it was like, I have to go to sleep or I'm going to get sick.
Or your mom would be like, open the window, don't throw up.
Yeah, even if I was sleeping, I'm like, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So let's say you can't go on a cruise, right?
Well,
I think I can now. Back then, I didn't think I could.
Yeah, because we went on a trip. After my mom passed away, I wanted to take my sisters on a trip. So I saved a lot of money to take them. And so we went to Sacramento first. And Diamond had taken some medicine, right?
Dramamine, the motion sickness medicine.
Yeah. Was it for the car ride?
No, it was.
Or were you feeling
I
cars?
think it was. What was it for? Where did I take?
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Because
why
we
did you
just went
take
to
it?
parks that day.
Yeah, we just literally went around the parks
Maybe
that
it
Cheng
was
used to
the
go
drive.
to. Yeah, I think it was maybe the drive, but you took it, and then she was like drowsy the whole entire day.
I was like drugged. I like OD'd or something, like on the verge, because that whole day I could you're supposed to eat before you take it, but it was first thing in the morning and we were just gonna go. So I was like, I'm just gonna take it. So I took it and it knocked me out the whole
day. Dude.
Like
we
I
would
missed
go
that
out
whole day.
Yeah, we would go out to the park and she'd stay in the car, and I was like,
they're
what
like, oh,
is
we're here,
wrong
and
with
I'm
her?
like, oh, okay.
But
like there was no waking me up until like later that night. Then I was like, what did I miss? I'm like, how is it? I saw one park that day.
They tell you eat for a reason.
Honestly. No, but ever since that day, she's never been sick.
Ever since that day, I don't even need the motion sickness pills anymore.
She can go on roller
So
coasters.
it
Cured her
me for life or something. Cause
I wanted to talk about our siblings, kind of like what you admire about them too. For Memphis, I wrote that he's like the most sociable and the most friendly,
and like the most forgiving.
Yeah.
I'm like, stand up, man. I'm like, enough of that, Memphis. Stand up.
But I think he gets that from dad, though.
Yeah.
Dad's a very forgiving person. I am too, but like, I'm like that saying where you know, like you forgive, but you don't forget kind of thing. But like with my brother, he forgive. Like, forgive and forget. He's just like, oh, we're friends again. And I'm like, dude, that's crazy. And he's super friendly wherever he goes. He makes friends. He could like speak his mind like openly. Like whereas for us, like I always feel like our parents always taught us to be more conservative and not to talk unless talking to kind of thing. So like when people talk, most of the time we don't say anything, or like if we do conversate, it's just kind of like a quick little answer here and there. But with my brother, he gets along with anybody, and that's what I envy about him too. He's just so carefree all the time. But the thing about my brother, he's carefree, but he's very responsible. Like he always makes sure everything's taken care of. With my grandparents, like they're older now, so he takes care of them. He doesn't struggle with money, you know, and he takes care of all his bills, but he still has a good time, which I think is really good for him, and I'm proud of him for that.
Did he start up his credit?
Yeah, he did.
Good.
He has a credit card. He's so funny with it, though.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to use my credit card by this corn dog. I'm like...
He's so funny with it, but...
Have you, Diamond?
Nah, mine is this year in September. I have a time.
Okay.
Yeah, but she has a car payment too, so I think that'll help with it. Anything about Memphis you care about? Would like to share about?
Just the same as you, like the way that he acts and stuff. Like, yeah, he's really annoying to us, but like to other people, he's like a decent guy. You know, like I feel like Memphis is like,
he's a nice guy.
Yeah. If we were to go out, I feel like they would talk to Memphis first, you know, like, or like he can easily like fit in anywhere.
Yeah,
he can just go and start like conversation, or if like I don't know, he has that aura, you know, like dad.
Yeah, we're the opposite. We're more like mom.
So if you met another man like him, will you throw that man out of the picture? You're like, you're just like my brother. Do you know that?
I don't know, because like if I feel like if he is giving off like the way my brother is, then I don't think I would talk to him, honestly. Because like,
well, like if he's like giving like, I think what she's saying, like a brotherly vibe,
yeah,
you know, like I think that would turn her off. But like if it was like a friendly, nice guy, then yeah, like she would talk to him, because like every guy's super friendly when you talk to them too.
Because like Memphis, he's fun. I don't know how to word it, you know. It's just I don't know if I would go for it, but then like maybe I would talk to them, but then at the same time I wouldn't. But then I'm not looking like in him, like if when I'm talking to somebody, I'm not comparing him to my brother, you know. If that even makes sense, I don't know. Maybe that was just a whole lot of nothing, but
it's okay. Most of the time that's me on here, so. No, like with me and Chang, just because like you know how they always say like a girl's first love is their dad, but I never thought of it that way, because like I've never been like in love with my dad. Like I don't remember playing with him or being like,
I just remember having to respect him. That was it.
Yeah, because you know you see those videos where like those little girls and they're like, oh my god, like this is my dad, you know, they don't want to share him with their mom, you know, like I never had that kind of thing. But when I started dating Chang and my mom was like, you're basically dating, you had to go find a guy just like your dad, huh? I was like, what?
Did you ever consider Ching's actions just like your dad's?
Not really, because like I think they're like they have the same hobbies, but they're not the same person. You know, like my dad, he's like my brother. They're very nice people, and they are very sociable. They like to hang out and talk and all of that stuff. Cheng is like the opposite of that. You know, like he doesn't like to talk. He very keeps to himself. He doesn't like to be in big parties or big groups, those kind of things. So they were quite different as well. It's just like the whole thing with, you know, with the cars. They're both into cars. They're both into drinking.
Yeah, they just have like similar interests.
Yeah, just similar interests. And like, because my mom had to go through that, you know, where like my dad always like bought new cars, new car piece, new parts and stuff like that. And she knows the struggle of like being a car wife, you know, just like being like a fisherman's wife, you know, those kind of struggles. So it's just like really like you have to find someone who's into cars. And then,
also because like probably his beliefs and stuff, like he's traditional. Like
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. And then also
but
like
personality wise, they're different.
Yeah, personality wise, they're completely different. Two sides of a coin for sure. With Emerald, my youngest sister, I think she's the most different out of all of us.
You think she's a black sheep?
I don't ever want to call any of you guys a black sheep though. Like that's so weird for me to say.
I don't think any of us are black sheep. I feel like we're all very alike.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think with Emerald, she surprises me sometimes because like she'll agree on stuff with me. She's on like, stuff that I wouldn't think she would.
She's like crazy like Mephi. And then like.
But like she's like silent.
Yeah.
Like I wrote down she's silent but deadly. Because she's so quiet. Like when you meet her, she's very like, you know, conservative. She's quiet. She doesn't ever speak her mind. If she's mad, you can't tell if she's mad or if she's happy. Like she literally has to tell you she's okay for me to be like, oh, she's having a good time. But the only time I can tell she's having a good time is when she's drunk. That's the only thing.
Or when Ange is around her.
Yeah. Or like when she has a little bit of personality, then she's with my sister-in-law. But it's so weird though, because like she did like a 360 for me. Because like growing up, like she was like super crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like she was
the craziest like monkey rugrat.
Yeah.
Kid that you could think of.
No, literally, one of her photos, she looks straight up like a monkey.
We always compare it to a photo.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, my little monkey, look at her. You know, so like she's always been my little baby, and like she liked recording herself as well, and she would record some this is like when Snapchat first came out with the filters, and she would like run around with the filters on. She's and just like, record. I'm
underwater.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Or like it was during Christmas, and she would like karaoke to Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas, and she would record herself, and she was so outgoing, you know. And then after she kind of like made a 360, I feel like she changed completely. Like I didn't know who she was. She was more like me, and that kind of threw me off too.
She wasn't that crazy kid anymore.
Yeah, and the only time I see her crazy side is, you know, once in a while. So but I think
she is crazy still.
Yeah. No, I think she just really built a wall around her too, like ever since mom passed away. So now she's just kind of learning to like take down those bricks and to let us in a little bit, because it was hard. Like I already left for college, and then like, you know, all my siblings are younger too, and she's the youngest, so we never got to talk about like how we were feeling at the moment and where my sister, you know, kind of where her headspace was at the moment.
Have you ever sat down and talked to her?
No, we have not had that talk yet with all of us, because I think we're all too emotional and about that, you know, situation. Because like even my brother, like I never thought he was like,
I don't think we're ready.
Yeah, I don't think we're ready to have that conversation. Because with my brother, for me, I never thought he was really close to my mom either, but he's the one that goes and visits her the most, you know. And so that for me, that makes me feel like, oh, like, you know, like a big part of him was gone too. It's not just me who felt that way, because we all went through it differently. But I don't think we're ready to have that conversation yet. It's been like what, like 7-8 years, and we still. I think we just
passed 7 years now.
Yeah.
Have you ever sat down with your sister and just talked about her feelings?
No, my youngest.
She's not one to talk about.
She's not an open book. She's the opposite of me and her. Where we're like big yappers, she's not. She's not one to talk about her emotions. So she'll probably be the hardest to break through, honestly, because I think with my brother, he's a little bit more open as well.
Have you ever tried sliding? Yeah.
No. just because I don't think I'm ready for that conversation either.
Okay.
Yeah, because every time I talk about it, I'm like sobbing. It's so crazy. Like, my cousin had gotten in a fight with one of my aunts, and she was like, "Oh, I hate her, all this stuff, blah blah blah." And then, like, I just wanted to talk to her and be like, you know, like, you need to appreciate your mom, you know, like, at least you have a mom and she's here and she cares about you. That's why, like, she's making it so frustrating for you, is because she cares for you. And you don't understand that until, like, she's gone. Like, that's all I wanted to tell her. But the whole time I'm talking to her, I'm like,
She's sitting there, she's like,
and she's, you know, consoling me. Like,
she's like, oh my God.
I know, she's like, how'd you make this about you? Like, you know, so that's how I know I'm not ready to have these conversations, is because, like, even those little things, I can't contain myself, you know, like, I can't sit down and have a normal conversation about it without me being super emotional about it. So, but I don't know when that time will come. We'll see.
That's like offline. You just want to say it, but then like you're like hyperventilating.
Yeah.
You're trying to like calm yourself down. So the whole time they're looking at you, you're like, okay, just go. Let me just write it down.
No, for reals. Or like I had a coworker who told me, like, her and her daughter had some issues, but she was just super sad because Mother's Day passed and her daughter didn't get her anything and buy her flowers and stuff. And I was like, I felt so bad for her because I was like, oh my God, like, she doesn't know like how precious or how lucky she is to still have her mom, you know, to care about her and to still worry about her and those kind of things. But even like talking to her about it was emotional, and she's just like a stranger at that point, you know. But I don't know if we'll ever have the conversation, honestly, because that's just the kind of people we are, you know, like we've just built a wall over that conversation. So we're healing on our own, and I think that's just how it's gonna go. It's just heal by ourselves.
We're just gonna like forget about it, like not forget about it, but like,
because like it doesn't separate us at all, you know, it just pulls us closer. So I wish we had stories like other because I was talking to my coworker and she was telling me about like her sister, how like they used to steal each other's clothes, and I'm like, I can't. No, we've never done that.
But you guys punch each other in the face.
Me and my brother punch each other in the face. I never hit my sisters. I mean, with Emerald, I just gave her like wedgies all the time, but like I never hit her, you know. Makeup? No, not even with makeup either. Because by the time she started getting into makeup, I had already graduated. Yeah, so we never fought about makeup. And with clothes, I wasn't skinny, but then Diamond was a little bit bigger too.
Yeah, like we were just never the same.
Yeah, we were just never the same size. And then my youngest sister, she was always so tiny.
Yeah.
Like people would come and visit.
Or something.
Yeah, people would come and visit and be like, "Are you guys feeding her?" Like, like she's like 7 and she looks like she's like 4 or 5. You know, like she was so tiny.
Yeah.
So she never wore any of our clothes either. So like we don't have those stories where we would steal each other's clothes and all of that.
Or like if we were to wear each other's clothes, it's because like
we asked, you know. So I never understood the where it's like. Because my coworker was telling me a story where she would like ask, well, no, she would like look for an item and she'd ask her sister, and her sister would be like, "Oh no, I haven't seen it," you know. But then she'll go into her closet and find it there, and she's just like, "What the heck? Like, why wouldn't she just ask for it?" And she told me one time she got so mad because her sister had destroyed one of her sweaters that she went and like, oh no, it's because her sister's a little bit bigger than her, but her sister would take her jeans and wear them. So they would wear, like, they would, like, stretch, and they'd never fit her. So she got mad. She went to her sister's room, and she grabbed all her jeans and cut them. And I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was like, I've never been that mad.
Yeah.
She was like, no, I saw red. That's all I saw. And I cut all her jeans all in half. I was like, you're evil.
Oh, my gosh. If you do that now, I would like be so upset.
Oh yeah, no, because jeans are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like that's all I wear, you know. So I'm like,
no, for
like,
real.
I love going shopping for jeans more than anything.
Ew.
So if you were to cut up my jeans, oh my God, you're gonna wake up with no hair.
That's evil.
That's how much, like, that's where I think is equal. You're gonna wake up with a bob.
Your jeans compared to my hair?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How about puberty?
I don't know. How old were you when you started? Do you know?
It was my first day of 6th grade, so I don't know how old you are around that time.
Is that like when you're like 11, 12? The thing about us too is because she's always used pads and I've always used tampons, so we don't usually ever fight over those either. I know, for reals.
I feel like I was fighting with my sisters.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like stealing their makeup. Like I remember like when I was barely into makeup, my oldest sister, she had like tons of makeup, so I would go steal it or I would go use it.
Yeah.
And then like with our pads and tampon, we each had our own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like they would be
Never
like,
shared.
don't use mine. You guys better have your own. Make sure you're buying your own. I'm just like, I feel like we would like steal each other's stuff.
That's crazy. No, like,
No, I don't know. I feel like I've never stolen.
no, but I've never fought with Diamond either when we were younger. I think the only person I fought with was my brother, and we would fight over the remote. Like, we would hide, like, I would hide it so he wouldn't watch his shows so I could watch my own shows, you know? And, yeah, it was just mostly him. Nancy, did you know that Diamond was there for my first kiss?
It was. And I saw her fall off the bike.
Shut up! Don't remind everyone. That's embarrassing.
Did you tell the story? Was it in our episode?
I think so. I don't know if I told the story about the bike, but I know for sure I told the story about my first kiss.
We were bothering her the whole time.
Yeah, because my mom was like, y'all better follow her. Don't let her go by herself. And in Fillmore, there's one big park, but it has a
like
playground on each side. Yeah, so everybody was playing volleyball on this side, and then there was another playground on the other side, and me, the boy, went over there, and these two stalkers followed me over there, too.
Right behind them.
Hell, you'll probably be like, look at them. No, I don't think you told me.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing.
Like, I remember you talking about your first kiss, but I don't remember you saying that Diamond was there.
Yeah, Diamond and Emerald were there.
They didn't get They didn't get to kiss until right before we left, and that's why she fell off the bike.
Oh, shut.
Did you know they were there?
Yeah, they had to follow me. They had to be my chaperones.
And that's why you probably didn't kiss until you were going to leave.
Until we turned our backs.
Yep. Had to be sneaky. Had to be fast. The heck?
Did the boy see you fall?
Yeah, he sure did.
Everybody did.
Yep.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Everybody stopped playing volleyball and turned around and saw me fall on my butt.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he texted me. He's like, "You okay?" I was like, "Oh my god." Killed
You
myself.
didn't see shit.
Honestly. But Diamond did help me a lot while I was dating Chang, because I would sneak out. I wouldn't sneak out, but like I would say I was working. I was like working, right?
I didn't know this until just a few years ago.
What do you mean? Oh,
That you would say you're working, but you're up here.
no way! You didn't know that?
Yeah,
Oh my
until
god,
like, I
was so
moved here.
sneaky. See, guys?
Remember, I wasn't in your life until
Yeah.
I told you.
Didn't you cover me one time? And then I pissed you off, and then you
yeah.
stopped. Do you remember?
Time. I only remember fighting with Mom. Not really fighting her with her, but she was like, "Where is she?" I'm like, No, they were looking for you, and that's when I kept trying to call you, and I was calling you and calling you. You wouldn't answer.
Oh.
And then finally you answered, and I was like, "They're looking for you." You're like, "Don't worry, I can take care of myself." And I was like, "Okay." She's up north with Chang.
She's like, you're on your own now, sister.
I know. What a snitch.
I still didn't tell. I just said, "Okay, she got herself," and then I went to bed.
Oh my god, that night was so bad. I remember.
Was it
that
late?
Huh?
Was it late?
Yeah, because I told him that I was at my friend's house, right? So I was up here with Chang hanging out, and then we went and watched a movie, and it was late already, and my aunt kept calling me, and she was like, "Where are you?" And then they kept asking her, like, "Where does our friend live? Where does her friend live so we can go find her? Like, where do they live?"
I'm like, "I got school tomorrow."
I know. And I was like, "I don't know
It
where
was
they
on a
live."
school night?
Huh?
It was a school night?
Girl.
Oh my gosh.
I was busy. No, but we were coming out of the movie, and I answered my aunt, and she's like, "Where are you?" She's like, "If you're not home, just tell me." But like, I didn't want to tell her because she always tells me, she's like, "Whatever you guys done, I've done it worse. So like, you could just be honest with me." But like, I didn't want to tell her, and I was like, "No, I'm at my friend's house, whatever." And then I looked at Chang, and I was like, "I have to go home." And he was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Are you serious, bruh? Isn't it like midnight by now?
Yeah, but I was planning on, I don't know if I was planning on sleeping over. I can't remember.
How old were you?
I don't know how old I was. I can't remember. And then, so I told him, I was like, "I have to go home." So he drove me to Fillmore, And I went in, said hi to my family, snuck out of my house again, and we drove back to Ogden.
What the heck?
Yep.
Oh, you crazy? Oh no.
Girl, I was crazy for love. I'm so annoying.
I'd be so scared because my room is across from my parents' room. that I had.
Uh-huh.
And it was upstairs, and our stairs would creak. And then the front door, it like creaks too. So you couldn't sneak out.
Dang, there was no way out, huh?
And then because downstairs, there's a back door to the backyard. But my parents has dogs.
Oh.
So then you would have to deal with the dogs.
Yeah. No, for us, we had a sliding door, and nobody slept on the main floor. My parents and my grandparents, they slept upstairs, and then my brother, he slept on the main floor. But my room was downstairs. But I would just go in and out of that sliding door all the
time. Now you can't do it. Now it's like,
yeah, now
try to open it,
we've used that sliding door so much, it doesn't open no more. So
there's like a trick to it.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about having siblings. They cover for you until they don't anymore.
The one time I covered for her, don't worry about it, I got it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, don't ask me about her anymore. She's somewhere else. I don't know where her friend lives. I'm not her.
I'm dead.
I'm 11 years old. I don't know.
That's so horrible.
You guys shared rooms, huh?
No.
Oh, no.
It was
weird.
Me and Momo who always shared rooms.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Or like when we did share rooms, it was all 4 of us, but we were kids.
Yeah. We shared a room for a long time.
Yeah, because I remember you saying that you guys slept on the same bed.
No. But sleeping with Krystal is the worst.
Oh my god.
Well, I should be cuddling with you.
Yeah, and she has to take up like all the space in the world.
Yeah, I would sleep on the outside. Shut up.
In the middle.
And I would make them all squeeze to the wall as close as they could.
Friends are here. They're invisible. I'm like,
you know what? I remember you talking about this in another episode.
Yep.
It was either another episode or it was at work.
Yeah. No, I'd always tell them, oh, my friends are here. You guys have to scoot over. So I would literally, we would be so close. Not even funny.
We're literally, the bed is a king and we're sleeping on a twin. That's what we're fitting on, is a twin.
I think that wraps up our episode. Thank you, Diamond, for joining me today.
Thanks.
I hope you had fun.
I don't think I said anything much, but
that's okay. You were here for me to talk to, so that's all that matters. But thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all social media, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
bye.